What's going on, everybody? Welcome, I would say back, but it's been a while. Welcome back to Burning the Red Shirt here. Andrew Katz, myself, Chris Kay, talking anything and everything CFF. And we got a little holiday action here, 4th of July. Really quickly, before we get into the football action, how did you like the football action? Are you a big World Cup guy?
No, I my a lot of my buddies are really into soccer. I'll, I've had it on like in the background a little bit, and my daughter's this has been her first year on a soccer team, so we've watched some of it together, just like get her more into the vibe and like have it rub off a little bit type deal. But I don't know. There's been enough incentives from sports books to like get me betting stuff just for like free money. It's like, why not? But I don't know. I used to be really into it. Like when the World Cup was, I forget where it was. I think it was somewhere in Asia. Like I was in high school, I was up at 2 a.m. watching every single match, like on the couch, like going to school on like 2 hours of sleep. A lot of my friends in high school were like super into it. So I was like, okay, I'm an easily influenced teenager. I got to be into it too. So, but not so much anymore.
Yeah, I personally don't care all that much at all. I
Yeah,
watched it all. I think it's entertaining just from like just because it's like the atmosphere is kind of cool that
for
it's in
sure.
here. And Seattle will be cool. Seattle's always a good place to watch a sporting event. All right, real action here. Before we got on the show, you said Yassine Willis. We were talking about. I actually brought up to Andrew just randomly like my first Champ Series draft is just completely awful. I burned so many spots on awful players, and I mentioned Yassine Willis, but you seem to think Yassine Willis might not be a burned roster spot for me.
No, I in UD drafts, his ADP keeps falling. I still haven't taken him at all, but like I feel like at some point I'll probably start taking him as like RB6 or 7 or whatever. Uh, it feels like a pretty easy argument to make, right? Like fade Dylan Edwards. Maybe Dylan Edwards is a head case. Maybe his body is made of glass. Maybe Lance Leopold and Andy, whatever his name is, just don't want to give more than 100 and change touches to a guy who's like 5'6" and like 185 or whatever it is. Willis, like I don't know, I've always thought he looked good. He was he definitely looked good at the start of last year, and he looked good in 2024, and he even continued to be pretty productive when that offense absolutely went into the tank. For in like the middle third of the season, he continued to like relatively produce, and then like obviously things went totally off the rails, and I think he dealt with injury and then just kind of shut it down towards the end of the year. But I don't know, especially for like you see people his size, and it's like, all right, that dude is probably just like gonna be straight line or whatever. I don't know, he does more movement wise than I would expect, and like obviously really big dude, tough to bring down. I think I don't know. Do you have a, not to share this too much of the secret sauce, right? But do you have when you're thinking about like later round RBs? What are some of the? I assume you bucket guys, and you like there's probably clusters that you just throw out the window of like attributes or that you're not interested in. But does he fit any of your criteria that you like?
I don't know. I think I'm stained from last year, him looking so bad at times, and I think the hard part
I don't
there
think
is Syracuse.
he didn't look bad. That offense
Dude,
just
he got like 100 carries inside the 5 yard line and could never score. He got so many carries inside the 5 yard line. I felt like and just couldn't score.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of avoiding the situation from Underdog. It's a little early in the draft season on Underdog to like take shots on Kansas's running back.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you don't think that Leopold will want to do the whole 5'6" running back for hundreds of carries, but do you not remember Jarrett Patterson?
What were his specs?
He was, I mean, it says it, I don't believe it one bit. 5'8", 195 is what it says on the Chargers, on ESPN for the Chargers. But
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. He looked tiny.
Did he?
So I don't know. Speaking of Buffalo, did you see that one mainstream CFB guy post the Victor Snow, like phoning it in, running out of bounds,
Yeah,
and
so
like tag the FBI?
engagement farming. Yeah, he did that. He did that last year too. It's like, how are we at the point in the off-season cycle where you got to reuse content from 2 years ago to try and get a couple clicks or whatever? Like, there's no reason to bring that back up.
Did he know about it, or did he just find out about it? Because
No,
he
he
the
tweeted
one
the
that
same thing last year.
gotcha? Yeah, I mean it's pretty hilarious when you first see it, but it is old.
It is. It's ridiculous. It's like it's bad. And I remember I was talking to one of my buddies during some of those Buffalo games that year. I was like, I basically like said to him, I was like, are they throwing these, like, you can't, the way they're losing games consistently like that, it looks like really fishy. Like just like box score watching and stuff. Like some of those like that was the year where they it took them to the final drive to beat UMass, like 31-30 or something, like 2024 with Taquan Roberson. Like they came into that year with with a ton of hype, and every game just magically became close. It just felt like gravity was pulling them in a direction that didn't really make sense relative to their talent, their skill set, and how they can just constantly turn out yards when they wanted to. We never got anything. I feel like we never got anything conclusive there. Maybe I'm wrong, but like it would not surprise me at all if they were fixing games.
I think Sorsby obviously was betting, but I mean he's not the only one out there. It's possible that
I think with Sorsby we haven't even gotten the truly nefarious shit out in the public
of him.
Yet. Yeah, like I can't remember if we talked about this on the last pod. He was involved in the game that was the fishiest line move of the entire year last year. Do you remember this? It was the Utah Cincinnati game. It was late Saturday night, but like in the middle of the week, the game just it was one of the weeks where Dampier. It was after the week where Dampier was like not ruled out, but didn't end up playing, and then because of that, everyone knew he probably wasn't. I can't remember if we knew that he wasn't going to play or what, but like his injury and some other Utah sketchy stuff was now baked into the line because of the previous, or baked into like what everyone knew because of the previous week. So the line opens between Utah and Cincinnati, and it just goes Utah's way, one way the entire week. It moves from like Utah minus like 4 or 5 out to like 10 or something. And the thought process at the time was like, is Sorsby banged up? Like that's the only reason this could be moving. And I think he was like dealing with some injury. Ended up playing. They got absolutely destroyed. But it was like usually with line movements, right? There's something that's driving it. It could just be like an awful opener where something wasn't factored in, or a midweek injury, or something comes out or whatever. There's or some loser tout gives out a line and drives hundreds of people to go bet it or whatever, and that moves it. Like, but there was nothing apparent that was driving this line movement. But now, like, did Sorsby like throw that game? Or like, and was giving it out to his partners? I think it's a lot more interesting, given what we know now.
We'll find out soon enough.
Maybe
they did a Texas Tech doc. There's some sort of documentary coming out for Texas Tech, and he's like in it. I think they started filming in January, and I think it was Josh Pate that said it. That it was like, oh, there's a documentary coming out, and he's going to be a part of it, and it's interesting what you learn from it. Sure. There's two different betting things came out that I think are interesting. Did you see the MLBPA wants to get rid of player props for MLB?
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Like when you think about the dynamics of collective bargaining, unions and owners and stuff, this is like just how negotiations will always go. People will want their cake and want to eat it too, right? And so it's not surprising. Like, if you ask them what they would want, I'm sure they would want to get rid of it, right? Because like no one wants to get hate tweets or whatever from idiots and losers and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm sure they like the financial benefits that come with all the gambling related viewership and dollars, right? And sponsorships that come with legalized sports betting, specifically player level type stuff. So it's one thing to posture it, but like when you lay out, I'm sure if push came to shove and the economic components were factored into this, they might have a different stance.
I wonder how much actual money is generated from it.
I
Like
think a
in
lot.
terms of gambling in general definitely impacts it. But like, do you think like someone betting Kerry Carpenter to hit a home run is really going to impact the viewership of the Tigers?
Yeah, I think a lot. Like
There's enough people out
you and
there.
me, but me, you and people like you and me are not the people that do this stuff. But there's people that every single night jam 10 player, 13 player, same game parlays and just light money on flyer and live bet like player props for at bats and like net what the guy's gonna do next and if he's gonna get a hit and stuff and like they do this throughout the entire game. Like there are so many people that do this. It is like it's I can't even conceptualize like the idea of this being enjoyable or like what I would want to do, but like that is why sports books exist to cater to these people. Why legal sports books exist, I should say.
Do you know who did do that? Brendan Sorsby betting pitches.
He's a real one, yeah.
He is, yeah, he's one of us.
Yeah,
Here the other one was Jordan Spieth. Did you see Jordan Spieth like hating on uh gambling and
yeah.
betting on golf, and then people were showing his Twitter timeline, and
Yeah.
it's him like promoting sports books. It's like, all right, what are we doing here? All right, give me a player take. You've how many drafts have you been in an underdog?
So I'm trying to manage it. I have thought next year. I don't know. It really snuck up on me. Good on you guys, you and Ethan, for actually being prepared and being able to take advantage of a lot of the first 48-hour type stuff. But I think right now, if I go to create another draft, I have 123 left. So I have 27 active / completed.
I'm at like 35
How do you
completed.
feel about that?
Active or completed.
How do you feel about that pace relative to where you would like to be?
I need to stop for a little bit.
I know.
Yeah,
I need to limit myself to like. Well, it's tough, right? Because well, how do you want to pace yourself out? How like
well, the whole live drafts are not, they're fun, but they're not positive value,
I
right?
disagree. I think they're more
I
positive.
think the early on ones are fine, but my slow percentage advancing was significant. Like my performers last year were all slow drafts. My
Oh,
live stuff
interesting.
was really, yeah, my live stuff was
How can
really
you
not great.
tell?
I just title it all. All my stuff is titled.
Okay,
Yeah, all my stuff is titled. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Everything is titled, whether it's like so I like for me, I did like the date of the slow draft that started, and then I say slow, and then I number it 1, 2, 3, whatever. And
smart.
then I like to because some of this is just because I want to be able to discuss it on next year's offseason stuff. So I put then like the first three picks, like quarterback, running back, quarterback, running back, running back, running back. And then for my live stuff, I did last year I did like time of day, but I don't care about that anymore. I just did like the date and you know the start. So it looks something like let's see, like
You're
six
more you're
fifteen
more of a
live.
data nerd than you give yourself credit for.
I'm trying. I'm trying to. So I also include like the structure. So like 5, 6, 7, 2 is included in it. But
Yeah,
that's the only way you can really track it. They don't give you any of that when you do like the exports and stuff. So that's included there.
yeah,
Uh but yeah, we'll see. I mean, but yeah, slows for me are much better. And slows also like the perk of it is like you can react to player news. Like you can
yes,
react to Quentin Joyner being hurt. Nothing's happening right now. And maybe that's just like anecdotal. And if something could happen in 10 minutes and we have no idea, but like anecdotally at least, all this stuff happens in like the back half of July at the very earliest.
yeah.
So I want to, if I draft all, 180 or whatever it is that we assume are going to be available, I need to wait and do like the final 100 to 130 in the final 40 days, like end of July to end of August. Because I have the time and bandwidth to do a bunch of slow drafts at one time. So I might as well wait and see if
Yes
I
and
can
no. Do
load them
you
up.
remember what it was like last year? Did you make the same mistake I
It
did?
was, and I don't want to do it that much like you did, but
Yeah,
it is. I definitely want to maybe just like put in my head. I want to be done by August 21st or something, right?
yeah.
That way, when it bleeds over into the final week, it's not like 2 hour, 1 hour clocks, and you're getting killed.
Yeah, I generally am fine like living my life fairly chaotically and whatnot to that. But that was too much even for me. Like I couldn't go 5 minutes without having to like make a pick. And with the hour clock, like you literally can't go an hour between like 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. without looking at your phone, or you're gonna get freaking autoed.
It can get chaotic. Yeah, it's funny how I haven't looked at it, but sometimes I'm like, wait, how am I already at like 5 hours left?
Yeah,
Compared to like when I wake up, it's like 9 hours left.
yeah,
So yeah, I need to wait a little bit on some slows, but it is fun, right? Like I'm not, part of this should be fun. So like
it
today, I'm
is.
trying to do a live draft just because I have the full day off, and I'm
Nice.
like why not? But yeah, so you have about 25 drafts done. Who's your highest owned player?
Let me look.
And
So
it's got to be like 70%, right?
yeah,
If it's not like 70%, then this is a brand new.
no,
Cats
the
that I
brand
don't
the
like.
brand is still strong. Don't worry.
To help out here, I have 9 completed drafts. Charlie Becker is my top owned player. 55.6%.
Really?
Yeah, a little surprising. He won't be by the time it's all said and done. This is a lot of live draft stuff, and he was not ADP wise correct. And so I took advantage of it in these early live drafts.
Interesting.
But I haven't taken a ton of him since. I mean, like the rankings like him, but
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
going to give you my top owned player in the first 10 rounds.
All right.
And Jordan Dwyer, at 68%.
Makes sense. I have.
Why is he going so late?
Well, for one,
just receivers in general are like pushed down
in general, and then he's not one of like the top receivers for sure. And I think there's question marks about Jaden Craig, right? Like I think if it was Josh Hoover, where would you take Jordan Dwyer?
I feel like round 4 and 5 is like totally reasonable for him. Like generally speaking, now with Hoover. So there's like, all right. So now that we're talking about it, like it makes I can get it. Why there's enough variability and unknowns. Right, new quarterback, new OC. He's coming off an injury. He wasn't WR1 last year, so you got to like there's something to like a proving component. So I get it. But like his OC just manufactured Skylar Bell last year. Like I'm not too worried about that. That like it's gonna be like
really quick. You mentioned the OC. Isn't this like Sonny Dykes? Like I guess like it's only a double positive, right? Like isn't it a Sonny Dykes offense to begin with?
I don't think so. I think it's like, have you seen the Dykes quotes? It's like so sad.
I think Nate mentioned it once that they're going to transition the offense to something new.
Yeah. So the OC is the UConn OC, and like Dykes has talked a lot about, or I say a lot, but like I've read like 2 quotes about the idea that like basically the rules and the modifications to the game today don't lend themselves to like backyard Big 12 football. And if you're trying to win games, you got to give your defense a chance. It's about not turning the ball over and taking advantage of the possessions that you have and just playing kind of smart and stuff. So they bring in Gordon Samus. I mean, the guy produced like a 1,600-yard receiver or whatever it was with Skylar Bell. It was something absurd, right? And like crazy quarterback and running back won stats too. So I won't hate, but like I don't know. I like as someone who just loves drafting Sonny Dykes guys every year. It like you can't really just use that as your Occam razor shortcut type deal here. At the same time, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. It's still the Big 12. Like, let's see what happens if your defense blows type deal.
Yeah. I'll say we like Jordan Dwyer with the rankings. We have him as receiver 5.
Whoa, that's high.
Yeah, that kind of feels nice because what I'm hearing is that if it's Dykes, that's obviously a positive because we've seen it for years and years. If it's this other guy, then it's also a positive. It's almost like you're kind of like you have a backup quarterback that doesn't suck, right?
Yeah.
So this tells me also that you didn't listen to the Purge Take episode of Balling with My Bestie.
I've been blocking out like all content.
Oh, you're abstaining?
Yeah, I want to like do my own thing.
You should listen to that one. Ethan and I had a little fun. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe other listeners are like, you were an idiot on that one. But I talk about how I think it literally answers why I think TCU could be a dumpster fire. But I do have a good bit of Jordan Dwyer. You have to listen to the episode to fully understand what I'm talking about. Did you see our strong take on Ian Strong, the Cal receiver?
No, you and I are in a draft together right now. I'm sure you noticed, which I have royally butchered. First time all year, I took the wrong player. I tried to click draft on one player, hit Q, accidentally rolled up the guy's thing, and then tried to hit the drop down again to hit draft, and did it for a wrong player and hit draft on the wrong player. And I've gotten like sniped like 10 times in that draft too. It's like the most.
Who was the player?
Draft. Which one did I take by mistake?
Yeah.
You take a look and guess. It's probably pretty obvious.
Dude, I got like 25 open drafts.
No, I took, well, I mean, in some ways it's like, it could be worse. I took Nate Frazier. So still a dog. I had my first dog drafted all year. So
what round is this one in? I need to look at this team now.
I think we're in 6.
Okay. Who did you want to take?
I forget. It was some other RB.
Let's see. Yeah, I got too many drafts open. I did do that once though. I took same but different. I took Cutter Boley.
Yeah.
And I meant to take Aaron Philo.
2 guys that I enjoy drafting. You know, my professed love for Philo.
Yeah, at the end of the draft, you just like, if I needed a 5th quarterback and I needed one, it was the very end of the draft, and it was like, well, am I really going to take like, I don't know, like Jared Curtis or something like even worse than that? It's like, well, maybe like, or Davis Warren or Lincoln Kineholz or something. It's like, well, I might as well just like take a chance on Philo being the starter, which feels pretty likely.
Yeah,
and see what happens. So yeah, but yeah, Cal's Ian Strong. We're pro Ian Strong?
Yeah, I would say definitely more so than I was in the off season. I think I've only drafted him like once. I saw you just took him really early, probably earlier than I'm willing to. I feel like the way that drafts are starting to shake, though, in round 7 and 8, that feels like a decent spot for receivers. And like if Wesco's not there, I wanted to take a receiver, then I would be down with Strong.
The problem is his ADP is like rising pretty heavy. Like
it's your fault.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We don't have a million subscribers, so the rankings. Thank you very much. His ADP is 74.6 right now.
Yeah,
and I swear when I tweeted about it and talked about it in like the Discord, it felt like he was in the 90s, but like now you have to take him in the 6th round. I fall into this like issue of like, oh, I really like Ian Strong, but like my pick, I'm like on the end, you know, like, and so I either have to take him egregiously early or just accept the fact that I'm not gonna get him. I have gotten the last end of the pick, like 11 and 12th pick so many times. Is there a pick slot that you feel like you always get?
Before I answer that, so you can tell kind of what you were saying in terms of like nebulous forces moving players ADP and whatnot. You could tell when new touts rankings are getting introduced in mass to the collective. Like it was obvious like the day that like ETR released their shit or whatever. Like players started going 40 spots early for no reason at all. And then there's other places too that I assume have rankings out as well. So it's whatever. It's part of how it goes, I guess. But so the opposite of you, I never get pick 10, 11, 12. I like at the beginning, I think I got something in there like once or twice. I feel like I always get like 7 a lot, 3, 4 a decent amount. Those are like my 3 most common spots, I would say.
I wish, man. I wish. I have been getting 11 and 12 so
sweet.
Much.
You get your pick of the RBs.
I want to get more. I have like no Jeremiah Smith because anytime I get like the 2nd pick, I just take 1, he never gets there. 2, I want Keywan Lacey over Jeremiah Smith anyways.
Yeah.
And so like if I have the option, I want to get like my Keywan ownership up whenever I have a chance. I actually have a decent bit of Malachi Tony because if I don't get 11 or 12, I feel like I get 3, 4. And
Yeah.
so, in Lacey Jeremiah always feels like the starting point there. But what, I can't just laughing at your Nate Frazier. Who said now that you like Wesco again? Didn't you love Wesco last year?
Of course, guy's incredible.
I'm starting to our rankings like him, and he's just falling to a really good spot in the ADP.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps falling. Like am I being too optimistic? Like believing the idea that like the neck injury is just like something we could throw in the behind us and not care about. Like that's my assumption, and like I'm maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's too optimistic. And I know that like okay, there's like I don't know if concern's the right word, but like unknown with respect to quarterback. But like I don't think Vezina, if he's the guy, and I think most likely it plays out that way, although it's not a given. I don't think he's anything special, but he threw for over 300 on SMU in his only start, right? They got destroyed. That was the game that Wesco hurt his neck and went out. So like
TJ Moore had a huge game that game too.
Yeah.
Like 4 for $120 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know. But assuming that I'm looking for a receiver in the area of his ADP, like it's very easy click for me.
He's like in the 70s. And it just feels like I'm
80s.
kind of in this one that I took him 75th. His ADP was 77. It feels like to me, I'm just kind of rotating between like at that point I was rotating between like him and Becker. Like, oh, do I want to take Becker like 65th or 70th, or do I want to take Wesco or like Wingo? Are you in on Wingo?
No.
Okay. Back to Wesco. My mention of TJ Moore was more in that Vezina can be bad. We've always talked about it. Like you can be a bad. I kind of want a bad quarterback because he's just going to throw it to one guy. He made TJ Moore 4 for $120. So like I don't have any. I'm starting to get into like I think that offense could be bad, and I've said that a bunch, but like they might still pass a lot, and it might result in Wesco. And Wesco was incredible before that. It's kind of a bummer.
Amazing.
Ben, my buddy here at now at Campus Can, he had a ton of Wesco last year. You had a ton of Wesco. It's kind of like, man, what could have been? Because I mean, he was absurdly good before.
Dude, I had teams in the finals. Like my team that finished like top 15, I'm pretty sure it was a Wesco team. It would have been sick to have him on the field that week 14 or whatever. But
yeah, he went 537 yards and 6 touchdowns in 6 games.
And that last game is a 0, right? Assuming that
no, because this ESPN didn't include the SMU game, but yeah, that was the first 6. All like real opponents. Like Troy was in there. Like this wasn't against any soft matchup. It was like soft G5 or FCS type matchup.
No, he's a monster.
Heath showed me something incredible, but not super surprising. But
some AI shit.
What?
Some AI shit.
No. He I guess he has some he was pulling rosters from last year's tournaments like that went deep, and he shared with me a team that was in the championship last year, and the structure makes me think that we're all idiots. Nothing matters. Just pick good players. 6 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 3 receivers, 5 tight ends.
Oh my God.
His tight end room is absurd. Well, it was kind of absurd. It had Tradez, Koziel, Fleming, and then Josh Cuevas and Luke Reynolds. His receivers, he went 100% on his 3 receivers. Makai Lemon, Ryan Wingo, Antonio Williams.
It's amazing.
And 6 quarterbacks. I mean, I guess if you just pick every player that's good and doesn't get hurt, like you're fine.
Do you have any take other than like a very rational one on tight end stuff?
I mean, other than
tight ends, do you ever take anything other than 2?
I would never take 3, and I would never take 1.
Yeah, same. I tried 1 last year. Like I think I had some teams with 1 do decent, like make something up, some sort of playoff runs, but still, I feel like it's got to be 2.
You just run the risk of taking a 0 at the spot the entire time.
Yeah.
And I've gone back and forth with Sean from ETR about this like the last week. about like 4 quarterbacks versus 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think we come to the conclusion that both are fine. You probably need some pocket passers in there if you're going to do 4 because maybe less likely to get hurt. But there is like right now, what is the advantage of taking? Is the advantage of taking another flex player in the 20th round that great? It kind of feels like taking a third tight end. Like, what are you really gaining from adding a one more flex in the 20th round? Like, there is a maybe you need to be taking a shot on a guy that could be like maybe you're taking a shot on Yassine Willis winning the job or something like Quentin Joyner maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
But it feels like you need to be a little bit more strategic to go forward quarterbacks because like what truly is the advantage of like adding like Nick Anderson or something like what are we really gaining on a per week basis?
Yeah, I've taken 5, I think, every time. I wish I took 4, but I never do.
I'm going to take some 4s kind of earlier on where there's like less flex. Like there's more battles at running back and receiver right now compared to quarterback.
Yeah.
And if I take like quality quarterbacks, I've been taking so many early that I think I could roll 4 and be fine. But I don't know. It's one of the advantages of taking 150 teams is you can do that with 20 of them and it doesn't feel like you're wasting money.
Yeah.
Are you maxing?
Yeah. Or I plan to. Last year I didn't quite get there because I planned so poorly that I ended up at like somewhere between 110 and 120, and then I maxed the other 2.
So we have about 55 days left. Are you just going to enter like 2 or 3 at a time, or are you going to?
Similar to what you said, what you were hinting at earlier. I'm trying to hold back and only do like 1 a day, maybe 2, and then hopefully some days 0. But you get the edge, you get bored. Because I would love to stack more towards the back. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Or do you think we'll see anything different in tournaments this year? Do you think like traditionally we've gotten the 20 entry $3 and the 10 entry $25? Do you think we see anything in addition, or does the $25 go to 20 teams? Do you think we see anything like that?
I think it's just they run the same.
The only one that didn't fill the whole way was the main one, right? The $10.
That sounds right.
I think the other one's filled.
The $3 definitely did. I can't remember if the like 20 or whatever dollar or $25 whatever it was. I can't remember if that filled. That might not have.
It might not have too, but it was close, I think.
Yeah, I think I was doing drafts in that one like right up until the end. But so last year I made the mistake of slow entering 50 the last day of slows, and then it ruined my life. And then I hadn't maxed the 3 and the 25. So the day of like that Thursday start, I'm doing a bunch of live drafts to try and finish up my 3 and my 25, and I get them all in. And every draft I did that the final week was a total disaster because I kept drafting the same guys over and over, and they all got hurt. Like it was, at that point I was like 100% Wesco, 100% Angeli, 100% Haas Haney, and they all went down in like the first few weeks.
That's the only thing I wish would be different. Well, one of the biggest things I wish would be different. I'd like to know, in the negative of slows, I would like to know my ownership as I'm taking teams. Like, I would like to know, like, I keep picking Evan Dickens, and like, I'd like to know where I'm at Evan Dickens, but I would hate having to wait until the draft ends to understand where I am in that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts or anything before we wrap? I discovered that I know why my Champ Series teams sucked the final 4 to 5 drafts compared to my first 7 or 8 drafts last year.
Why?
Because once underdog starts, like I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, I'll just take that guy.
Same.
I just basically load up the queue to players I've already taken or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Go for it. Click it.
Are you doing props this year?
Yeah, we're doing props. At Kay Camp.
Oh, nice.
And unabated. We're going to basically do it where you can, if you buy it, you can, and you have unabated, you can load it up there. So you have the same tools. Cool. Yeah, it'll be cool.
So, nice.
Obligatory. Check out the rankings at KayMusGame.com. Andrew, if I gave you the subscription for free, but you had to tweet about it once a week how great it was, would you do it?
No. If you gave me it for free, I would use it as a data point, but no, I'm not selling out. I'm
I didn't
not
think so. Do you think there's value in taking everybody's projections and then combining it? Like, what if we got ETR's rankings, our rankings
Are we talking about for best ball or props?
for no for best ball?
Oh, it's always valuable to have more information, right? To understand what's driving people to different things. It is a challenging mental effort, I think, to balance that information versus your own views and try and understand when it makes sense for you to adjust versus when it makes sense for you to kind of hold your ground and whatnot. But the idea, like, I think it's always good to have more information.
It would, yeah. And I think all the people that do it do good work. Like the only people that are doing it are like ETR, Fantasy Points, Mike, and us. Like
Are
it's
you
not
sure?
like you're in terms
I
of like
assume
have projections. I'm not saying like necessarily set for underdog, but like I could grab projections from Fantasy Points and CFF site and just filter out the G5 teams and I'd be fine.
Run Pure does something.
Yeah, oh yeah. You meant it from that aspect. I'm sure there's others in
Yeah.
addition to that, but I feel like those four are obviously totally fine. Actually, I did have one more thing. Now that I'm extending this, there are rumors on Twitter in the DMs that you are milking the clock on the Champ Series and waiting for player injuries. So that you're available, you're ready to draft. You're just sitting there though, waiting for Quentin Joyner to go down. Essentially, would you like to confront those allegations?
Yeah. Did you not see me step up to the plate? So Mike made fun of me and egged me on by letting me know that Mox was beating me in terms of time to pick. And then I set auto for the rest of my picks in the latest Champ Series. So I'm not above bullying and whatnot. And similar to you, I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, right? But Champ Series has kind of been deprioritized relative to some other things. Underdog best balls. We're in MLB draft season, so grinding that. Just got out of NBA draft season, so. But no, not like
you're not milking the clock, is what you're saying.
Not milking the clock. No.
This is the heavy hitting reporting.
Like we're not. The camp hasn't even started. What are we gonna wait for?
Don't look at me. I said there's no way my fellow BTR pod host would do that. Not in July. Not in June.
Maybe in August.
Definitely in August. I felt like there was one other additional thing.
Why Evan Dickens?
Like Turbo Richard was great. And if you're talking about Turbo Richard for P4 was RB18 last year.
Really? I didn't realize he was that good.
Yeah, he was awesome last year. And also too, like it's Bill O'Brien, man. Like if there's a guy that's gonna be cool with just pounding the rock with one guy or a significant portion of one guy, then it's gonna be
him. I think we talked about it a little last year. I didn't do anything coming out of last year as a retrospect to try and see how it played out in practice, but I think I'm pretty subscribed to the idea of just looking at the landscape of P4 teams and like finding that low end standard deviation of teams, probably half a standard deviation, and just excluding them all together with the idea being like, there's like, what is the likelihood that the coach gets fired, players quit, the depth chart by week 8 looks nothing like what it is in week 1, and weren't like things are just a total disaster, and the team isn't even playing to win anymore. Like, I don't know. I cluster BC in there and just have pretty much thrown them out altogether. I know your dog Mason McKenzie, right? And now I'm hearing how much you love Dickens. So this isn't like clearly you don't abide by this.
Honestly, I am going to be watching a lot of Boston College this year. We're big on Chudzinski at tight end. Technically speaking, they throw a lot to their top receiver. So like if it's Reed Swanson or if it's Jaden Skeet, like they could be valuable. And then Mason McKenzie is probably the one I've drafted the second most. Actually, the third most because I have a ton of Chudzinski.
Have you found anything
at
all speaking to Chudzinski's injury?
No.
Me neither. It's a little scary. I've drafted him a little bit, but it would be a lot more if So yeah, I guess I'm not totally out on BC because I've drafted some of him. But the injury gives me some pause.
Yeah, I'll need to do a deeper dive into that.
I'm mostly optimistic there though. But still, it's like I don't think it's nothing.
Would it shock you if I told you that of our projections, we have BC as the third most pass attempts per game?
Where'd they come in last year?
They were pretty high. They were like
Yeah.
38 a game last year. I'll take a quick look. Yeah, they were pretty high. Let's see. Boston College was 14th at 37.8, which is fourth or fifth. Is Baylor, Maryland, Cal, BC, Clemson were the top ones. Do you think that is going to happen again? Here are the other ones that we have: Baylor, Cal, BC, then TCU, Clemson, Pitt, SMU, Bama.
What am I expected to comment on it?
Top pass attempts. Do you think that any of those are egregiously wrong?
One more time. Play back.
Baylor, Cal, BC, TCU, Clemson, Pitt, SMU, and Baylor. SMU and Bama.
No, I think I think they probably all skew in the right direction. Like it's the same thing as like when you draft a first round player, right? You're not asking for him to return first round value. You're just hoping that he like kind of performs in like the top 3 to 4 rounds type deal. So I think those are all like directionally, they're good ways of thinking about like how those teams are likely to skew.
Cal is the one to me that I think could be wrong, but the couple of factors I think play into it. They have a really good, strong receiver, tight end group. Their running back group is literally just one guy.
Two guys. So some JUCO guy.
Oh, okay. Well, typically, mainly just one guy. And then, like, they have JKS at quarterback. It does kind of feel like they kind of have a responsibility to just let him chuck it if he's going to continue to stay there.
Yeah,
so, I agree. Alrighty. Well, that is the long-awaited June-July version of Burning the Red Shirt. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you soon at some point. Enjoy your drafts, guys.
Very nice.